Everyone, Aradhana from Be the Change by Aradhana, an Access Consciousness Certified Facilitator, Mindset Coach, Body Whispering Facilitator, and your friend to take to display. Awesome. Hi Geetu, good morning. Are you following patterns of possibilities or limitations? Maleswar, Pushpa, Bulbul, Preeti, Megha, Pooja, Rolly, happy morning guys, good to see you guys. Parth, hope all of you are doing pretty well. Hello. Hi Vivek. Everybody joining in. Hello. Sorry. Alright. So my today's play is Truth. Are you following the patterns of possibilities or limitations play? So what are the patterns of possibilities and what are the patterns of limitations? Like when we are growing up, we do have patterns of limitations are what we buy from our adults, from people, from our surroundings. That this is what I can do, this is what I cannot do, and how our we and nobody gives us. It's funny, like it's very rarely through families, parents gives us, but we see it, we imbibe it. We learn more when we see it rather than we kind of have to read it and write it and learn it. So that is when we say the action speaks more than your words. So how much have you learned? How many limitations and definitions did you learn while growing up in your worlds? And those have become your patterns of limitations. But yet, I'm just saying, but there are people like us who are actually looking for newer possibilities. There are possibilities present in your world which you only are aware of. None of you are, exactly, like Faguni said, both. So we are living, but I just wanted to make you acknowledge today that even if you are living from the, patterns of limitations, yet deep down you always know there's some other possibilities which are possible. And whether you were growing up in your school, whether in your colleges, we always felt aloof. Like I always felt aloof. I just thought, maybe I live in my own world, which also is true, that we all will live in our own worlds. And I was like, am I disconnected? Am I not connected? Is it something that I don't do to be friends or stuff? I've always felt that separation in my world, or aloofness in my world, which I was questioning what it is, because probably I felt this world is too harsh, and the things I was seeing around, other than my family, I used to feel them very harsh. And for me, I'm pretty harsh with I'm very sensitive with the harsh environment. So I kind of secluded within myself and yet saw the world. And I always used to see the birds and beehives and nature, where I knew there was some possibility. There is a better world. There is a world. I'm not comparing, not saying better. I'll take my word back. There is a different world that is available, which I know is possible. There is a calmness, there's a quietness, there is a sensitivity in the world, and there is a nurturance and the care that probably I was possible. And that's why I kept moving on in my own world, and finally found weird people like me in the world, that who are actually also looking for different possibilities and are aware that the different patterns of possibilities are available. So in our life also, though we keep carrying on with the definitions and limitations that we have bought over the years and while growing up, let's just acknowledge we do have a vibe of possibilities in our world. And that is when we come here to listen, or we attend workshops, or then we look for different options in life where maybe I'll try this, maybe I'll try this will get me peace, this will get me peace, this will get me ease. So how much of the ease have you been looking is the pattern of possibility that you knew was available in your world. So acknowledge that in your world, and if anybody cannot see, can ask me a question. Meanwhile, let me say hello to everybody. Hi Pooja, Faguni, Ankita, Samir, Gitanjali, Shubham. Good morning everybody joining in. Monica, Umesh, Noor, Ravi, Hasra, Chandan, Radhika, Kannar. Welcome, good morning. Geetu says, पहले बच्चों करा दो shopping, sacrificing patterns. Yeah, बच्चों को करा दो shopping, right? So it's always giving, and that is what we learn. And it is not, so we bought that as sacrificing because we saw people crying and cripping and, kind of taking points for that too. Oh, I don't do anything for myself. I only do it for my kids. I only do it for my family. I totally get your energy that way, Gitu. Hi, Rupal, Mitu, Ranjana, Gitu Makar, Sandhya, happy morning, everybody. Krishna, Sahista, Simran, 5 started following. Hello, welcome to the space. Good morning, welcome. And what else is possible, guys? So who all here, if I have missed anybody to say hello, I'm sorry, it's just saying hello energetically to each one of you. So are you following patterns of possibilities or limitations? So what is in your world? Where are you feeling limited? Where are you feeling yourself defined, and where you are not able to move beyond? What if we actually today stand by and look at it, that all the patterns and all the definitions, wherever you feel stuck and where you say, like, I don't have a freedom, I can't move out of it. Look into your world. What is that? Who does it belong to? Where did you first time saw that pattern into your life, into your family or your environment? You saw it, you imbibed it and made it yours. So would you like to today recognize it? Anybody has a pattern and would like to change it and want to say it, I'm happy to kind of contribute as, I guess, look into your worlds, find it out what are the patterns of possibility and acknowledge the patterns of possibility, and now turn Topsy up. Everywhere you have been cribbing, crying. What if you today right now choose to be up there and acknowledging the possibilities that you've been holding into your spaces? Anybody has anything, let me know. Hello, Bella. All the sevens for you, all the magic for you, the strong woman you truly be. I adore you. Family se freedom nahi hai. All right. So family se freedom is only your limitation, that is, and definitions that is saying family se freedom nahi hai. Only if your family makes it impossible. Your point of view towards family makes it impossible. Let me know a condition, Krishna. When you say family se freedom nahi hai, who says that to you? Your head, right? Your mind says कि family se freedom nahi hai. Freedom diya kisne tha? Who gave this freedom to them? You chose it, and there is a choice. Where can you not see the choice? If you're not making that choice to have that freedom, number one, when you're saying family se freedom nahi hai, have you already jailed yourself? Then who chose to jail yourself? You. And agar jab tak you would not change it, you will not be able to get that freedom also, because your mind has already imbibed that pattern of saying there is no freedom from family. If you have to have a freedom, what all choices would you have to make? There will be a lot of judgment. You might be criticized. But my darling, are you already not being criticized? Are you already been giving, if that was not the case, you should have been feeling very happy with the family. But you're only seeing the judgments. And the only thing that you do not want to take freedom from the family is because you do not want to be judged. But the beauty is you're already being judged, and that is what is irritating you. That's what is really keeping you low. So when you're judged anyway, so why not choose what works for you? Just saying. Interesting imprints, habits, spoken word. Yes, all the imprinting, all the habits, everything that we have bought, can we today let that go, please? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot, pock, on Buzz and meals. UK Agarwal, welcome to this place. Nia, hello. So rejection and not worthy pattern. Yes. So rejection pattern is basically that we have learned from our families, and because we saw them, we saw for everything, everybody agonizing, apologize, being apologetic, being agonizing, being victim, and playing either the role of a victim or the victimizer. That is what we have seen in our families growing up, and we just felt that everybody is rejecting. Our mothers are rejecting themselves, our parents, and if you see our fathers are rejecting themselves, and we have seen this how easily we have been trained to reject ourselves. So if somebody is coming to your house, you're not important, the guest is important. If you're eating something, you're not important, the guest is important. So there is a continuous abuse in our worlds that we have learned to reject, because in our families, guest is more important, other people are more important. But and I just would like to say a little bit right there, that why that whole phenomenon of why that other peoples are more important, or how we say in Hindi, Atidhi Devo Bhava, where guest is your God. So that was to acknowledge. Why was that made? Was that it was to bring that notice to you that whosoever comes to your house, your life, or your living is exactly your projection. Treat them as gods because you're actually treating you there, but you've had forgotten that you are involved in it. We have been now over the centuries have come to this whole form that where we don't even count ourselves. We are not even in the picture. It's a monogamous relationship where we are only working towards others. But when others have to get back to you, they do not know who to get back because there's nobody, because you have already rejected, because you're doing from the victim, you're doing from, being noticed, you're doing it from being validated by other people of how much have you done, because that is what we have been seeing and we have been growing. At least that is what I have kind of picked up. If not, you don't have to buy that point of view. Whatever works for you. These are just my interesting point of views, and this is how I see life. And but is it worth keep rejecting yourself? Are you not worth? Who's gonna have your worth, Neha? If you do not have your worth and your worth is dependent on other people's validation, I wonder who's gonna actually acknowledge you, hold you, hug you, and cuddle you other than yourself. Hello, Shivangi, Raksha, Krishna, awesome. Kritika, got it, thank you. Great, beautiful, thanks. Hi, Priyanka. Samir says, instead of generating more money, take a loan, pay back, then new loan, again pay back. So that's a pattern, right? So number one, Samir, what if you do not have to make this? Who, according to who, this pattern is wrong? Whose pattern are you picking it up and saying, and whose wrongness did you pick that this pattern is wrong? What if that is the fun you have? And you also have to acknowledge that generating money and having a loan is also not an easy job. Everywhere you're making the money that you're creating, whatever form that you're creating, everywhere you're making it wrong. What information and what signal are you sending into the world, to the universe, that you're wrong, that you're wrong, you're wrong? And then the work will show up that way. The relationships would show up that way. Could you acknowledge that you're paying them back at the new loan? What fun can you have with it? Now when you've acknowledged the pattern, and not from the space of the wrongness, first acknowledge it. It's like anything comes to your house, even if, a maid comes to your house, or somebody's a helper comes to your house, you need to acknowledge. Even somebody walking on the road just comes and knocks your door, acknowledge that person actually thought that you have the capacity to pay him, you have the capacity to give him something. There must be that person saw in you to ask. Of course, you have a choice. You don't have to give it to everybody, but you have to take that acknowledgement in your world rather than rejecting people. Would you like to change that pattern in your lives today, to stop rejecting them, others, and stop rejecting yourself? If you are not going to stop that pattern is never going to stop. Stop making your own patterns wrong. See the gift in it. And if it is not working, change it. So, Samir, is that pattern working for you or is it not working for you? It's a great question to be asked. Hi, Sushila. Freedom ke liye first I have to come out of jail, which I create to myself, and then, yes. First, you have to acknowledge that you have some judgments and agendas and inventions and some lies held there, Krishna, that you are actually making true and real. So once you acknowledge them, that, oh, wow, where did I buy it from? Like, I remember sitting with myself at times and like, who told me not to do this? Neither did my parents tell me, did not. My in-laws family, nobody ever told me anything to do. Where did I pick it up? And I'm like, oh, that was my perception. If mama behaved that way, or my dad behaved that way, or my mother-in-law behaved that way, or my husband behaved a certain way, I should not be doing it. Nobody came and told me. And then I'm like, wow. And I've been blaming them for what value? And then I actually, kind of actually let those patterns go out from my life. And of course, when you make somebody some use to your family, a certain way of your living, it is also difficult for them to when you change. So acknowledging that it is going to be uncomfortable and it's fine. If a little uncomfortability can give you your freedom, what else is required? Or are you not sure of your freedom, how to live by yourself? Awesome. Komal, hello. Monogamous is where only one person relationship, one to one, and you're missing. And when you're into relationship, you require two people in relationship, Gitu. And in monogamous, it's only one. So you think I'm conversing with you. If I am conversing, if I'm not acknowledging me, how can I acknowledge you? And if anything that you say to me, I might not acknowledge because I haven't acknowledged that in myself. So we just generally have a habit of cutting ourselves and thinking that we are manipulating others. The number person one you're manipulating is you. When you're lying, the number one person you're lying is to you. So, but we forget that, right? So then it becomes a monogamous, and for a relationship you need two people. Hi Sonal, my father. Great. Sameer, so now you acknowledge that it's your father's pattern that you said you had made right, and you have been following it. If you would like to start asking questions, what can I be and do to stop this, and what else is possible here that I haven't considered? Ask these questions. Awarenesses will flow to you. But I would again say that you made that choice. Don't make your choice wrong. Don't beat yourself for that. Acknowledge your patterns, guys. And then if they're not working, now remember, you were entrained. That was in the past. You are here now listening to this today. You have a possibility and a choice to change. Just a choice. Pattern of no marriage in my father's side of family. I'm grateful that you guys are acknowledging your patterns. And now when you've acknowledged, you can always send it back just by saying that I send it back and acknowledging that I do not choose it anymore. You have the possibility and the capacity to change it. Choice is definitely yours. Tejal, hi. Sunit, happy morning. Thank you so much. Hello, Mahina. What is that making me feel pukish? Any suggestion? You tell me what is making you feel pukish. How do I know what's making you pukish, Kitu? What is it? Who and what are you aware of? You tell me. Navroz, Beena, Venus, and Dr. Saluja, hello, happy morning. Kush Kalyani, happy morning. Hi Jitendra, happy morning, everybody. Guys, I have another foundation that has got created impromptu, which starts 19th of February. Anybody wants to join me online or live in Delhi is most welcome to join me. You can. Anybody wants to repeat their foundation or wants to do for the first time, and the prerequisite for foundation is if you have done the past class. So anybody interested is most welcome to join, and the entity class would be 17th and the 18th. 16th is the intro. So if anybody interested doing an online or a live in Delhi talk to entities class or a foundation in Delhi live or online, you're most welcome to join me. Just wanted to inform you the dates, and of course my body whispering class coming in, my first body whispering class. I'm so excited about it. In Jaipur, a small retreat, a lot of fun, a lot of jamming sessions and sound healings along with it, a lot of fun and party, drinking, fun, joy. So laughter, jokes around. If you want to be part of it and come and enjoy the Pink City, Jaipur, come join us 26th, 27th in Jaipur. Awesome. Hi Trisha, hello, happy morning. All right guys, and how's the control going now? How's the control in the world? Everywhere you're trying to control yourself through the patterns, because that is the pattern that your family followed, or your person who you loved followed, and they were considered to be the good people. Everything that is, would you like to let that go? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot, pock, culture, boys and beyonds. Shivangi saying I'm already in the body whispering class. So I'm sure it has started. The classes, once you acknowledge and once you have chosen it, the class starts working on you. Yes, Umesh says me too. Yes, we are so very excited. The whole team is getting together in Jaipur. So what else is possible? Krishna, whenever I see the girls or ladies, they are suffering from the social rules attached that time. I'm starting attached and my helping mode with them. It's a pattern. I didn't get it. I'll have to read again. I see the girls or ladies, they are suffering from social rules. They're choosing to suffer. Nobody's making them suffer. I would just like to correct. Attached that time, I'm starting attached and my helping mode with them. It's a pattern. So what are you getting out of this pattern of helping them? Can you actually help them? You can never help anybody. Don't be try to be superior to anybody ever. Are they asking for help? Are they asking for that? And if they're asking, you can that's a choice that you have. It is not from the victimization. It's not from the space of the pity. If you're already doing it, how much of that pittiness also you're carrying in your world, Krishna? What are you doing? I remember I used to do a lot of, I was very interested in doing charity and, working for all these social causes at the age of 22. And I used to go and I'm like, wow, everybody is trying to make themselves seen. Everybody is doing that for a purpose because they want to be so and so and so. And they know the team and they know the people. Everybody's vested. Nobody truly wants to help. Underline that assumption. What is the assumption? Does that give you joy, Krishna? Or are you doing it from the pittiness? So is that actually helping them or is actually disempowering them? Just a question. Wish to know more about the Jaipur retreat? Yes, Gitanjali, if you can actually DM us, Shivangi will get in touch with you. Dates and other details, Shivangi will get in touch with you. Shivangi, can you get in touch with Gitanjali Rathi? So can you DM us, Gitanjali, or your number or something? Shivangi from the team will get in touch with you. So the dates are 26th and 27th of February. And details are Jai Mahal, some nice property in Jaipur. And rest probably Shivangi will kind of guide you around it. Hello, my black sheep, good morning, and thank you, Ravi, thank you, thank you, Geetu, everybody sharing my posts. I'm so super grateful to you guys. It's a joy for me. All right, when it's a joy for me, it's not a pattern. It's so you acknowledge that's your pattern and you love it and you're doing it just for you. Krishna, keep going. If it's working for you, keep going. Then do not make it wrong or right. They have also chosen that so that Krishna can come and help them. Awesome, right? So they also choose. They know that some people will pity. You know how in a movie every role is required. When we go, it's a commercial movie, romantic movie, or all the aspects of the movie are required. So they also require people like you, and you also require people like them. So you guys are creating your reality. So what else is possible? If it's a joy and it's working, I'm not here to make your patterns wrong or right. I'm just wanted to actually see your patterns and the possibilities that you have. Just acknowledge, are you living from the possibilities or are you living from the spaces of limitations and definitions? Have you bought them true and real? And are you blaming others for it? Just a simple question to look into your words. And I know these simple questions, if you actually be present with them, take you deep within me. And I mean, for me, it does every morning, every day. The whole day, I can keep saying that, what you're seeking seeks you already. So these tools really help me. These questions really help me going deep down into my world. And as I always say while my facilitation, I'm never facilitating it anybody. Even I've come here, even I've do my classes, I'm facilitating me. I'm a selfish woman. I loved exploring myself a lot, and I'm very super grateful that you all helped me do that along. All right, guys. So, what energy, space, and consciousness and magic, miracles, possibilities can you and your body be to be out of control, out of linearities, out of concentricities, out of form and structure for all eternity, and everything that doesn't allow, destroy, and get all. Right and wrong, good and bad, pot, pock, all nature, boys and beyonds. So everywhere you're controlling the control, would you like to destroy and get all? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot, pock, all nature, boys and beyonds. What ESC can you and your body be to be out of control for all eternity? And everything that doesn't allow, destroy, and get all. Right and wrong, good and bad, pot, pock, all nature, boys and beyonds. Awesome, thanks, Noor. What energy, space, consciousness can you and your body be to be out of control? Everything that doesn't allow, destroy, and get all. Right and wrong, good and bad, pot, pock, all nature, boys and beyonds. Whatever control means to you, can you please destroy and get all? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot, pock, all nature, boys and beyonds. And everything you mean to control can be destroyed and get all. Right and wrong, good and bad, pot, pock, all nature, boys and beyonds. Truth, what does control means to you? And what do you mean to control? Everything that is can you destroy and get all. Right and wrong, good and bad, pot, pock, all nature, boys and beyonds. All the definitions of control that you bought from your parents, from your reality, and you think control is the biggest power, would you like to destroy and get all? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot, pock, all nature, boys and beyonds. Yes, everywhere you're trying to control the control, can be destroy and get all. Right and wrong, good and bad, pot, pock.